Folks, short video about my recent learnings out of interviewees, interviews with interviewees, future employees, possible employees, my clients, my mentorees, other clients, customers, my podcast guests, and many, many more awesome people. I found a certain trend, which is especially to be seen in the IT consulting niche. At least that's my gut feeling. And I'm interested if you are thinking the same. One point that I repeatedly see as lacking, and everybody is showing off about, how awesome she, it is, consistency. Anybody can start sprinting for 1 week, for 1 month, for 1 year. But entrepreneurship, especially in the IT, is not sprinting, it's a marathon. So if you are consistent, if you can be consistent, consistency will lead to success. Build a habit, build a routine, be consistent, leads to success. I see so many people not being consistent in what they do. 1 week, 2 weeks, it doesn't work. That it's not for me. Just had a recent example of a former client was successfully doing the mentoring with me. Had some success, but then came out that she doesn't want to continue, especially because the lead gen and sales takes some effort to find the clients. So being able to be consistent, I think is one of the most key ingredients. I think it distinguishes 99% from that 1%, or maybe 95% from the 5%. If you are consistent, and I'm not talking a week, I'm not even talking a month, I'm not even talking a month, do it a year, do it for 5 years, do it for 10 years. Go through the tough periods that can last weeks, months, maybe years. If you manage to go through and be consistent of what you're going to do, of course, look left and right, what is working, what is not working, but stick to a certain game plan. Be consistent. You will outwork 99% of all people. Consistency. Second point. Jumping on new challenges or opportunities. So what do I mean with that? A new opportunity or challenge comes up, and everybody jumps from A to B. So something, there's a shiny object, like shiny object syndrome, that's also sometimes called, but it's actually in a different regard. But as soon as some new opportunity or challenges come, I'm gonna jump on that. Like, maybe that's working better. So again, it also leads to consistency. Stay on your path and be consistent. Of course, reflect what is good and what is bad, but don't jump all the time from A to B. You need to restart. Makes sense, right? If you're gonna restart all the time, how do you want to progress? That makes no sense. Stick to the ones. Sometimes you need to say no to things, even if they're looking really, really good. And I know exactly how it is because I've been there. I had to turn down big clients, with a lot of volume behind, because I felt it's not the right client and it's difficult. Third point. Do not focus on quick wins. Focus on the end goal. Be consistent. Of course, pick up the low-hanging fruit and generate revenue with clients. You need to do that. And it's not charity business. But don't lose sight of your end goal, your vision. Everybody these days are focused on quick wins. And again, this is consistency again at down. We are basically brainwashed that everything we do needs to have a consistent, like an immediate impact and feedback. Actually come to the next point as well. But we need to stick to what we're actually planning. The end goal maybe is in 2, 3, 5 years. That's a realistic thing. Where do I want to be? Not just do this and then and I want to have a result 1 to month. Like, you need to be more consistent. It's a business, yeah? Are you, like, let's do a reference to sport. Are you able to grow 10 kilos of muscles within 2-3 months? No, you're not. You're not. Maybe with with steroids you can put that on, and even then you need to put in the work. And I see so many people just focusing on quick wins, not being consistent, not being patient of putting in the work, thinking that it should come by itself. It never does. I really don't understand that at some point, that there's such a lack of, I wouldn't even say motivation. Yes, at some point motivation, but also like realistic common sense. Like, and there's also leads to the other points like ego. Yeah? We are addicted, next point, to dopamine. With today's social media, we are addicted to getting instant feedback. Look at Instagram. It's crazy. Look at LinkedIn. But is this actually serving our business? That's a question that we need to ask ourselves. Or are we serving social media here? Think about it and take action. You cannot be addicted to these things, and it's very, very easy. Just a very general example. Start watching a reel. Stop the time. If you don't manage that, you're gonna watch an hour easy. It's gonna fly by. It's so easy. It's so dangerous. I mean, China has a blocker on TikTok, for example, I think for children, so 30 minutes a day. I don't think they're doing that because they're bored there. And again, it comes to the point that we are addicted to getting instant feedback. So if we build a business, if we want to build a real business, and we don't get that immediate impact, feedback, we are lacking something in a negative way. So people jump to the next thing. It's not working. Of course, maybe you need to put a little bit more time, be a little bit more patient, do the real work. Sometimes I get like from 1 week to another, it doesn't work. Lead gen doesn't work. After a week, you can say lead gen and sales doesn't work? It took me years to build that. Literally years. Dude, be realistic. And that leads to the next point. Ego. Your ego. Especially in the IT, we think we know it all. Making 10, 15, 20K a month as a solopreneur freelancer, and we need no help. Is that really true? Like, the ego is so strong in the IT. Like, I give you an example. Like, I hear probably a couple of times a week, or my team does, that, I'm good, I can do it on my own, and all that kind of stuff. We talked about this in recent videos, yeah. And this is basically ego. Why, like, the real question is, why are you not at that point where you want to be, right? So, the ego is stopping you from developing. I'll give you a different example. Like, I still work with other mentors, even though I've built my businesses. My ego doesn't stop me from further developing. It'd be horrible. Just started working last year as well with another mentor, and I had to like I'm just putting my ego down. I'm just gonna say I'll do what he or she says, because obviously, I want a mentor that is further on the path where I want to be, and this is generally speaking, right? So why should my ego stop me from developing, listening to others? This is a very, very bad habit. And lastly, mindset. Be more open about new ideas. Listen to people who have walked the path, who have skin in the game, walked the path that you are walking currently. Why do you think you are better than others? Again, ego and mindset, very, very, very narrowly connected. Huh? Of course, this is not black or white, but what I want to make, actually emphasize that some trends that I picked up from a couple of 100 calls this year. Now, on the other hand, listen carefully to successful people, like the ones that I have on my podcast, clearly to see and hear similarities through the IT and other industries, or any other people that you are talking to. What is successful? Of course, define what is successful. Someone who is, freelancing and gets 25, 50K a month on his own or her own. yeah, super successful. I agree. Maybe for others that's not successful. Maybe others want to have 5-10 million revenue, 50, 100 people on the in the team. Maybe that's successful. Others, that's not successful, and they are 100 million. You know, that's subjective, but set your standards. Yeah? So now I'm interested. Do you find yourself caught in one or the other mentioned points that I have? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, if you need more info or support on that, yeah, send me a DM with Real Talk. I'll have a personal look with you together. If you are lacking maybe consistency or, you know, the opportunity jumping, maybe lack of focusing, and we're gonna work on that together. Yeah, especially in the IT, we need to put down our egos and see what other people or businesses are doing correctly and what we can adapt from that. Yeah. So I hope that helps. Just something that I picked up recently. Let's go and do some business. Your Patrick.